welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 133. Feels great.
He's a wonderful man.
In this week's episode, EA are a bunch of cunts.
This is tradition.
JfG Ash is excited over a Kickstarter. JfG Alex has zero fun.
Woo!
There's more talk of loot boxes.
Yeah, sorry, buddies.
And finally, we talk about etiquette.
Oh, I think so. Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 133. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey buddy, yeah, as always, I am good on a Wednesday. Yeah, sparkling thoughts. Give me the hope to go on. And the rest. Yeah. Oh, well, busy this week. Party Central, buddy.
Oh yeah, some sort of shindig, some sort of hoedown extravaganza.
Obviously, kids are back in school now. They have been for quite a while, and it's gonna happen. Just multiple parties going on at the weekend. Lots of kids parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to two parties this weekend. One was a swimming party, which was quite fun.
I had it in my head that they were going to be parties, as in parties that you went to, with your wife or something.
No, kids parties.
Kids' birthday.
Yeah,
we're talking about kids' birthday parties.
Yeah,
okay,
kids'
cool.
birthday parties. So the first one was a swimming party where they have like a some kind of running gauntlet, like inflatable running gauntlet, going out across the swimming pool, and they have to try and make it to the end, which was quite funny.
It sounds good for an adult birthday party.
I know, that's what I was thinking. But that was about it, and I was like, well, where's the flotation devices, that I can try and stand up and surf on or something like that?
Where's the floating castles and the slides?
Yeah.
And
where's the balls I can throw at the kids,
Where's the magic?
Full pelt? Exactly. But it was good fun, Swimming party. I never had one. When I was growing up, I mean...
It sounds a bit phoned in to me, if I'm honest.
I know, it wasn't that great. It was okay. It could have been better. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was fine.
Perhaps we should have a section in the podcast where you give a rating to children's birthday parties.
Wow, the next party I went to, it was a 10. Because...
oh, shit.
Because me and the missus was organising it. Because it was my daughter's 4th birthday on Friday. Which was nice.
Knows.
And obviously seasoned veterans in the party throwing area, having had a son for 7 years and thrown him multiple parties. So we went to the classic, get a big fuck off bouncy castle in a sports hall.
Oh, yes.
A football goal and a football, or several footballs, and some of those shapes, what are they called? I don't know, not foam, but they're really big, safe, fluffy shapes.
The big crash mat type shapes.
Yeah, them things. And a load of them just scattered on the floor.
Well, fuck it, eh? It's... You can't argue with that.
I mean, kids...
A child walking into that room...
fucking bananas.
They're happy with that.
So, it was my daughter's 4th birthday. And, we had a really good time, actually. I made... other dads were there, yeah, and they saw the building blocks, and they built little things for their kids. I'm like, fucking amateurs. I get stuck in there. I build this 2-story house. I'm like, come on, kids, get involved. And they're climbing all over it. Obviously, it fell down because it wasn't cemented or glued together. There was nothing there. It was just, it's like a card house. It's gonna fall down, But still, I was like, yeah. Fuck you, other dads. And also, I came up with the idea of there was this donut ring, so there's a hole in the middle, and I was putting kids inside it and rolling them around like you do when, I don't know if you've ever done it, you ever got in a really big tyre and go down a hill. You ever done that? No?
I did. I do remember the terror of that.
It was fucking, I mean, I do not advise that.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, Jesus.
We live in a different world now, buddy.
It's so true. We do.
But yes, I, like you and probably most people our age, did indeed go down a hill inside a giant tyre.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was doing that with the donut shaped whatever thing. But yeah, man, like loads of fun on the bouncy castle. There's got a bouncy slide on it. Some kid kind of fell down there, looked like he nearly broke his neck. I was like, shouldn't be jumping down the slide.
It's fucking Darwinism, mate. There you go.
Yeah. Dumb fuck.
Yeah, you know, if he went, then it was his time.
Yeah, indeed.
Frankly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is life, I guess. I mean, that's quite deep.
You can only do so much for these people.
It's true.
Buddy.
I mean, keep an eye out
the
for
kid's
him.
a fucking retard, then,
that will happen. Oh,
I don't wish ill of him personally, of course, but, you know.
Obviously.
The way things go.
So, yeah, Party Central now. I mean... Yeah, so I made a cake, did the classic photoshopping of the face onto... she's really into Lego Friends. If you've ever seen it, it's not Lego. I mean, I don't get it. You know, Lego people. They're like yellow face, like block people. Yeah, these ones, no, they're like actual little people. Like they look normal in a sense compared to Lego men.
I'm looking at them now, buddy. I'm pleased about the multicoloured ethnicity of them, but I don't understand what they've got to do with Lego, as you say.
I mean, they live in a Lego world.
What's
I guess.
This flumy swimming pool party town thing?
She fucking loves that shit. She's all over it. I mean, it's quite cool. She loves Lego, which is fun. Like, she loves building it and everything. And she's like, I don't know if I spoke about this, but we were playing Tricky Towers the other week, and yeah, my son was playing against her. My son being 7, she being 4 now, and yeah, she won.
Whooping his ass. Yeah, beautiful, buddy. It's her calling. She's going to be an architect. There you go.
Maybe that'd be nice. Earn me some money. I need that.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Build you a nice granny flat to live in. And,
that sounds ace. Yeah,
you're away.
Yeah. Yeah, Lego, mate. What was I on about? She got Lego. Oh yeah, that was it. Photoshopping her face on the Lego cake. Yeah, standard. Getting it printed off. I'm sure there's some kind of copyright issues there, but I mean, Asda or Morrison's, wherever I got it from, I can't remember. They didn't give a fuck. I was like, sweet. I don't own this image. I just piked it off the internet.
That'd be quite the lawsuit. That one.
Well, I think so.
That'd run in the courts.
I mean. Possibly. We might have to get in touch with Lawyer Boy about this. Maybe I'm in big trouble. I mean, luckily I've eaten the evidence, though, so fuck you.
Exactly, buddy. You devoured it.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
It's in me tum-tum. Also, this weekend I went to Chatsworth House, buddy, which was...
oh, yeah.
It was lovely. It was a nice day before the hurricane hit us.
Yes.
I mean, that's something you don't really say in this country. Ever?
It's not really a UK thing, being hit by a hurricane. No, I mean, that's true.
It didn't really affect me up north.
Just a bit windy.
Yeah, it was just a bit windy. My bins fell over. I was like, oh, the world has ended.
Fucking, honestly, people just don't understand the anguish that comes with a hurricane as your bins topple over.
I mean, I don't think anyone that listens to this show has a clue what we went through. No, definitely not.
They don't know how lucky they are, frankly, after what came through this country. I came out of the cinema on Monday and the world was slightly yellow. I was fucking freaking out, you know.
I didn't like it, mate.
Yeah,
luckily,
no one's going to help me.
I just stayed inside, you know, hunkered down, got under the desk. Whatever you're meant to do, I don't know. But yeah, Chatsworth House. I went there. They've got like an adventure playground for the kids, which was really good, and some like farm animals you can pet, which was ace. You know,
nice,
lovely. Wash them hands though afterwards.
Oh, gibbons, buddy.
Yeah. And there was
not the animals, like other children who've touched them. Just disgusting, filthy.
I don't mind dogs. Yeah, in general, but I think they're fine. I've had them as a youth. I had 2 dogs. I had a Dalmatian and a sheepdog, which was lovely. I love them loads. But fucking people with dogs are well dumb. They're so dumb. I just like, sometimes I'm just like, seriously, do you not have a brain?
So is this like licking kids' faces and stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of that either. I mean, get that dog away from my kid. He's been licking his arse and stuff.
They literally eat shit.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, that's that now. No, but like, so on the way up to this adventure playground, there's a big fuck off sign saying no dogs allowed past this point. And then next to that are like dog bowls and things you tie dogs to, and also like 2 dogs sitting there that are tied up. Some stupid woman, not just, this isn't a gender thing, but this one was a woman. She's just walking along with her dogs and they come running up to my kids. I'm like, fucking easy now. I'm like, did you see the sign? She's like, oh, no. And just carried on walking. I'm like, fucking idiot. Seriously. I hope.
What a stupid cunt.
I know, right? Seriously, people equal shit. Anyway. What have I been up to, buddy? What else have I done? I've been watching The Good Place. Is that the show that you were on about? Yeah, I found it. And
welcome to the party, pal.
What do you think? It was like, you should watch this. I'm like, oh yeah, I should. Boop. I'm like 10 episodes in. It's good. I like it.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very strange. The characters in there are fantastic. I really like it. It's all fucking kicking off now, though, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, man. Lots of twists on the way. Yeah,
it's all kind of. I'm up to some sort of love interest, like some kind of love triangle right now.
Yeah, it makes for great viewing. It's just a pleasure.
Nice,
to watch.
Exactly. It's just nice and simple. And the weird thing is, like, for some reason, I was thinking about the lead actress in that the other day. I think my wife was watching like Gossip Girl, and I was like, oh, isn't she in it? And I was like, no, she's not. And then she's in this, obviously.
Yeah, it's old Veronica Mars there.
That's the one. That bird.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah, she was in Heroes. She did electric shit, I believe.
She's quite cool.
Yeah, she's all right. I'd do her. She's nice.
She was like the best guest on the Late Late Show when Craig Ferguson used to do it.
Yeah.
All of her interviews are on YouTube and they're well worth watching. She's proper funny. Ted Danson's brilliant in it as well. Like, he's so odd.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a really cool show.
It's very, very good.
They take it some really funny places. We're about, I think, 5 into season 2. And, it's fucking cool. Really glad you're enjoying it, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's ace. I guess I need to bring this topic up right now, buddy. I mean, I'm not here. I'm not here next Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that.
I'm away Sunday to Sunday as well, so...
I've been kind of putting off dealing with it in the hope that something would change, but it's not going to. You definitely won't be there.
Definitely won't be there. I mean, I'm tempted to take my laptop and microphone with me and see if I can sneak on for like half an hour, but...
I mean, that'd be cool.
I don't know if that'll go down too well.
Where are you going to be?
Just in the Cotswolds. We've got a cottage. I'm going to go for a large cottage, like a 4 or 5 bedder, I think it is. So yeah,
that'd be nice, man. Well, like, obviously, don't worry if you can't get on or whatever. Yeah. But also, obviously, this is the JfG podcast, and we don't miss a fucking week.
We don't miss a week. So
rest assured, something will go up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it will be, or how long it will be, or who will be on it, but something will go up.
Indeed,
as usual next week.
Yeah. So apart from that, buddy, I've installed Warframe, which we might play or might not.
Might do.
Might do. Who knows? I mean, I'm not in the realm of playing other games at the moment.
No.
There's only one that I'm going to play. And lastly, buddy, South Park's out and it looks pretty fucking cool.
I've read some quite bad reviews of it.
Yeah, well, those guys are obviously dickheads.
I've read a lot of reviews where they're like, yeah, it's just the first game, but not as good. But I don't know, really.
In what way not as good?
Well, dining off of the old one's ideas, the general negative that I've seen, and this has reviewed favourably overall. I think I just read a couple. I just searched like reviews and read a couple that I would normally sort of trust vaguely. And what they seemed to be saying was they clearly didn't have enough ideas to make another one. But to be honest,
so they delayed it a year.
Most people could probably make it. Most people would probably be more than happy with them having made a sequel that's exactly the same fucking game with the same mechanics, and people would have been happy with that.
I don't recall that.
Pinch of salt, I feel, but yeah. Don't know, man.
I'm a bit
Sailtown, that one.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad that I'm not buying it right now, but
you wouldn't play it anyway, buddy.
Exactly, because I'm busy playing other games.
It's really busy.
I'm so busy. I've got all these milestones racking up. I mean, they seem to fucking reset every week. I'm like, I thought I did you. And it's just like, no, come on. You just haven't done enough public events, Ash.
Yeah. I liked it when I had milestones that weren't just the fucking Crucible as well, but yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go, buddy. That's my long week done. Obviously, work was involved, which was terrible. But hey, that happened.
Yeah, that does happen quite regularly.
I know, it's such a shitter. Anyway, what you been up to, buddy? Have you had as much fun as me? Because from reading your synopsis, I'm going to call it, yeah, you've been a busy boy.
I've been busy. My week has been better than most weeks because I haven't been at work. I've been off for the week. So that's something. And that's wonderful, in fact. That's my favourite I've decided it's my favourite thing, buddy, is not being at work.
Nice.
At least this one. But yeah, so I've made the most of the time. We were originally going to go abroad, and then we were like, this is going to be too expensive. Like, we just didn't want to do that, so we thought, okay, well, we'll stay at home, but we'll do cool shit every day. And so that's what we've been doing. So we had friends down at the weekend, buddy, had a bit of a time out and about with them, brushing about, went out for a nice Sunday roast, you know, like you do in this tiny corner of Kent that I enjoy so much, buddy. Beautiful times, nice roasties. Then on Monday, we went to the cinema and we saw Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle, buddy.
Ooh. Any good? Was it a patch on the first one? Because I really enjoyed the first one, to be honest.
Yeah, so did I. I thought the first one was fantastic. I thought this one was dog shit. So just
winner,
just rubbish.
Cool. I can't wait.
There were at least like 10 fantastic moments in this film.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was other stuff as well that wasn't those 10 fantastic moments. So there were some showpiece moments like in the first movie, but all of the rest of it was just bullshit. The story's shite. Some of the acting was weirdly ropey, even from characters who were in the first one and performed well, which kind of suggests a rush or something to me. It was kind of weird. Mark Strong, he's supposed to be Scottish. His accent in the first one was excellent. It's fucking terrible in this. Like, really bad. I don't know, they killed off loads of people for basically no reason. There was a lot of guff in there, and there were quite a few pieces of the story that they touched on in the beginning, and then we never heard about it again, which often suggests like a bit of a difficult process and maybe cuts and recuts and stuff like that. It just felt really disjointed. No one was particularly likable in it. It was very, very disappointing because, as you say, I thought the first film was really awesome. Like, I loved that first movie. It was really fun, oddly like graphic and sweary, in a good way. Whereas this one was kind of just dining off it. You know it's never going to be never going to be a good thing when they sort of rehash scenes from the first movie, almost like, I don't know, they kind of recreate it, like paying a sort of homage to it, but
yeah,
really doesn't work. Some terrible performances, some really weird shit, a couple of great performances. Yeah, no, don't go and watch it. Just don't.
Okay.
But it was fun. It's fun to watch if it was on the telly.
Watch it at some point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't
spend money on it.
Pay to see that. So yeah, there's that. Then we went bowling, buddy. We went to the Hollywood Bowl, the newly refurbished Hollywood Bowl in Tunbridge Wells. We had a hell of a time there. We had 3 games, and I think we've only been bowling together like once, me and the missus. So it was quite cool, and that was ages ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fucking bowling, buddy. I forgot how much fun bowling is.
It's, I'm trying to think the last time I went, and I literally can't. I think I got absolutely smashed the last time I went, which, that's not out of the multiple times I've been bowling. It's very rare that happened, but yeah, it's loads of fun. Just chucking a ball at some Skittles or whatever they are, pins. Yeah, pins.
It's good. It goes a little bit quickly when there's only 2 of you. I will say that.
Yeah, definitely. I can. Yeah,
we got 3 games and we were done in like an hour, so that wasn't great. But we really enjoyed it and it was fun. And I got a few strikes here and there, buddy. I was on for a turkey at one point, but no dice.
Oh, turkey!
No dice. Yeah, that was cool. What else? Next day, go go-karting. Went go-karting yesterday, buddy. In
What?
Indoor karting in Crawley.
Indoor karting. Did you skid about a bit, or was it?
Man.
what was the grip like?
There was no grip.
Oh, loads of fun.
There was no grip whatsoever.
Or was it just fucking dangerous?
I've never done that style before. Like, I did indoor karting in Bristol, but there was grip.
Yeah.
Like, there was plenty of it, in fact. There was no grip here at all. It was literally like driving about on ice. It was so weird, and it took me ages to get used to it. It also had an upstairs section, but also the whole track was far too short. So it was like literally like round a straight, up a right angle, and then up a ramp, through a chicane, down a ramp, round to the left, little double hairpin section, and you're round again. Like, lap times were like 25, 26 seconds. And that meant that anyone, like all the people who are really fast are just going to keep catching you over and over again.
I bet, yeah.
Like, every 2-3 laps, you're letting like a horde of people past if you're slow. I went with the missus who'd never been go-karting before, and that kind of almost wrecked it, I think.
Yeah.
Like, she really enjoyed it, but also because there was no grip, because there were these 2 ramp sections, like, and the other people there that we were racing with were like 14, 15-year-old kids who weigh like 4 stone, like, just did not have a
not
prayer.
Fat bastards like us.
No, I couldn't. There was no way. Like, so I think I finished 5th in the race out of 9.
Yeah.
So I did beat a couple of these scrawny little fuckers, which I was really pleased about.
Nice. Fuck those guys.
But a couple of sections, like coming down the ramp into a hairpin, I just could not get the thing fucking stopped, turned around with 0 grip, and then off down the straight. Just too much weight in the cart. Just no way. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, it was a real steep learning curve. And obviously the missus has no point of comparison, but I don't think I'd go there again. I think I prefer some grip and some straights.
Than slippy slidey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were cool though. Like, they had, the area manager was there. Which was kind of weird. He like introduced himself, and he was just brilliant. Obviously, he was like point scoring, and showing like all of the like douchebag little like kids how to do it or whatever. But yeah, it was almost like having a personalized experience. Like, he was giving us like tips and shit of what we were doing.
That's
like,
cool.
Fair play to them. It was good. So yeah, that was karting, buddy.
Nice.
Been out for several meals. I won't go through them all. We've booked a stay in Whitstable. We're going to Whitstable tomorrow, buddy, to stay over. Going to sit in Whitstable, drink Whitstable Bay overlooking the seafront, I think.
I love Whitstable Bay.
It's nice. It's a nice place.
Good, eh?
Nice beer.
Yeah.
Real good. Real good. So yeah, we're doing that. Then next day we're going to the zoo. We're going to Port Lim on Friday,
going
buddy.
to the zoo.
Yeah,
See all the animals.
Going to fucking Leeds Castle as well.
That's
Possibly going to do some Segway
in Kent, not Leeds in
that one.
Yorkshire.
Yeah, off out for a meal in Lewis on Friday night, and who knows what the weekend will hold, so...
Fuck it, just non-stop, buddy.
Yeah, we don't give a shit, mate. I want to go back to work feeling like I need a holiday, rather than having to just have one.
After having a relaxing time, yeah.
Full-blown fucking giddens.
Oh, mate, wow, we've spoken a lot about what we've been doing.
Well,
this week,
next week, who knows? All bets are off. So fucking take it while you can get it, dear friends.
Exactly. There's only one more question that I need to ask, and that's what you're drinking tonight, buddy.
That'll be an 8-pack of Stella, buddy, because I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Nice.
So,
he's pounding booze.
Pounding booze. What about you, son?
Oh, that's a good question. I've literally forgotten what it's called. I bought it earlier today from Lidl. It was in the special section. I like to call it the alcohol section. No. Boozetown. Yeah, it is Hunter's Moon. There you go.
I've had Hunter's Moon.
It's a ruby ale. It's not too shabby. I'm enjoying it. I've also got what else have I got? I've got the Golden Goose as well, as a backup if I need 3. Probably will. Normally do.
Gibbons, buddy. Well, a couple of biatches, why not, really?
Indeed. Actually, I'm just going to keep one out now because I'm running low. So there we go. Put that one back in the cooler. Keep it fresh. Oh, well, we should probably talk about some video games, seen as I believe that's the topic this week.
Yeah, I didn't actually haven't mentioned it for a couple of weeks. Actually,
Hmm.
I like people to just sort of work their way into it and see sort of, oh, is this what's
What's
it
these
all
guys?
about?
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
but no, you're right. You're absolutely right. The topic this week specifically is video games. So yeah, buddy, let's go and talk about what we've been playing. So would you like to kick things off, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. Well, this week I haven't been playing Cuphead like I said I was going to. Yeah, I didn't get around to loading it up. I was going to play it last night, but then I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. Should probably play some Destiny 2.
Yeah, I came on last night and you were in the Crucible and in some random dude's party. I was like, oh, okay, I'll leave him to it. Master League it is.
Yeah, my bad, buddy. Yeah, I was last night. What did I played? Yeah, some Crucible. Really enjoying the Crucible still. No idea why. Just I'm loving it. It's great. Like my favourite multiplayer online game to play now. I mean, I don't play any others, so. What do you do? No, but like, I'm just trying to think, like, what other games do I play, like, against, like, public, like, against other people? But there's literally none.
We haven't played Battlefield for a very, very long time.
I know.
Ghost War was a complete false start because the servers were all fucking up and a bit ruined. Well, we'll talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's the only competitive shooter that you're playing.
That I'm playing, yeah. I'm absolutely fucking loving it. I've got both of my characters up to 299, so we're just about to hit that 300 mark, and then I'll start adding them extra mods on to get like to the 305, which is the cap at the moment. Had to go at the Prestige Nightfall last week.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's tough. That's pretty tough. So the whole thing about the Prestige Nightfall is it recommends to be a minimum of 300. So everything's just like souped up on steroids and ready to fuck you over. But we got to the final boss with like a couple of minutes to go, but we just didn't have enough stank in the tank to get the job done, buddy.
Well, that can happen, buddy.
Which was a shame. Which was a very shame. And obviously last week I ploughed countless hours into Iron Banner, which was fucking pointless as an event. I think I spoke about it vaguely last week. But yeah, so Iron Banner this time round is literally just Crucible, but just one of the game modes and not my favourite game mode, which is like capture the point kind of thing. And yeah, it was another case of just collecting tokens and handing them in, and that fucking Lord Saladin, he's a right cunt, because I had like 240 of these bad boys because I had to collect 200 to get to the milestone, buddy, so I went above and beyond the point of call. Is it point of call? I don't know. And yeah, I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get my Titan full set of armor. Didn't get a fucking chest plate, did I, mate? The main thing that I wanted. Didn't get a fucking chest plate. What a cunt.
That is frustrating indeed, buddy. Very frustrating.
I was gonna... If in the tower, or what's it called, the Traveller, if you could like fight anyone in there, it would have been him last week. I would have beaten the shit out of him. What a cunt. But apparently this has been like a constant thing with like a lot of people like that have collected way more like tokens than me and got those cheeky engrams off him, and they've just been like, yeah, we didn't get the full set of armor. Which is fine, I guess, because he's going to come back with it, I reckon. Hopefully. I'll be pissed if he doesn't. But hey, fucking Destiny 2, mate. I can't fucking get enough. I have a problem. I know it. My bad.
That's cool. It's going to get to the stage, and we're not there yet, but it's like, when Wet 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 was number one for many, many weeks, buddy, and they eventually had to withdraw from the chart because they were so sick of their own song. There will come a time when we will just have to withdraw you from the what we've been playing section.
Maybe.
If it continues to only ever be Destiny.
It could well be.
But you've played stuff with me, though, haven't you?
I have played a few other games. I haven't just pumped hours into that, but yeah, I have, really. I think I'm close to like, or surpassed 3 days of in-game. Yeah,
so and I'll chip in with what I did on Destiny this week as well, just to get it out of the way. What I basically did was
you did, didn't you?
Mopped up everything other than rinse, repeat gameplay.
Yeah,
and the Crucible.
we went through and did all like the extra missions and stuff. There's probably still some adventures if we really want to go and dabble back into that. I mean, but
they won't get me good loot, and the story isn't good enough for it to be worth it. So yeah, I just don't.
We ended up having like a massive discussion at the end of that night, didn't we, about how this game, if it was like released as like not as like this MMO kind of grind game, if it was just like story missions and then you're done kind of thing, all these different things, then you would have probably been more happier with that, with the time you spent in it, than it actually being this, grind for
this alleged MMO. Absolutely. Yeah, my gripe, I think I mentioned at the time, my gripe with this game is that people who are absolutely like fucking obsessed with it, and I'm not really classing you in this because you can see the wood from the trees, whereas a lot of people don't seem to be able to.
I'm not a dickhead, yeah.
Destiny podcast and so on. This, I don't really get it. Like, a lot of people saying this, people obsessed with this game in an MMO sort of way. I think that you can agree as well as I can that I don't think it does the MMO bit particularly well.
No,
and if it was a game, like, you looked up my playing time and I've pumped about 26 hours in, something like that.
Yeah.
And if this was just a co-op shooter, and all of the content the same, like, but not this sort of, you play hours and hours and hours
the
thing.
End game or whatever.
Then I think I probably would have been more than happy with my purchase.
Yeah.
But it just irks me that people keep going on about it as if it's something that I just don't. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I just don't see. I don't see it. But I don't know. What I can say, and what I said to you, is like, it's a really nice place to be. Destiny is really pleasant to play and pleasant to be in, and I will obviously be straight back in when the next DLC pack comes out, and I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be story stuff in there for me and more progression for me to do.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be the nature of it, is each time a new DLC pack comes out, we'll jump back in for a couple of weeks and then off I fuck off again, like,
exactly,
until the next one comes out, which is fine.
I think that's a really good way of enjoying that game. Like,
definitely.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's awesome. So yeah, I think unless something fucking drastically happens in Destiny 2, I think that's me done talking about it. For now.
Well, I think you've kind of exhausted things to say about it at this point.
I mean,
there's more raids on the horizon, of course.
Oh yeah, the Prestige raid has hit today, actually. So so Prestige meaning that it's super hard. So
I saw Bungie tweet that to the first team that beat it, actually, about an hour before we came online. Apparently there were two teams that were right on the cusp of beating it, and one beat the other by 4 minutes to become the first team to do it. So
nice.
Yeah, considering the length of that fucking thing, that's small margins, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'll probably talk about when I actually do get around to doing the raid, and then that will probably be the last thing that I'll talk about, because that's the only bit of content that I really haven't fully experienced as a whole.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm nearly there. I feel like I've got a stable of a few dads now that I get involved with, and we'll decide a time and a place, and we'll get that shit done, buddy.
Sounds fucking kinky, buddy, and I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
Gibbons, buddy. So you've been driving around a lot in real life, in your car, in your go-kart. I mean, have you been doing any virtual driving?
Yeah, it's basically been all about the racing for me this week.
Because you might have won the game yesterday.
I won the game of buying games.
You won the game.
Yeah, this was always going to happen.
Yeah, it was.
And for that I can only really sort of hold my hands up and say I have a problem. But essentially, this week I played 3 racing games, and one of them was Gran Turismo Sport, which has just been released, and I bought on launch day. So,
yes.
I was playing a fair old bit with numpties in Project Cars and F1, and I continue to do that, really kind of hunting for good racing online. And I think both games have their strengths and weaknesses. Formula One, I think the sense of speed and excitement is higher than in any other racing game. Project Cars, I think, does sim like nothing else you can find on the consoles. It's got a wealth of different options, amazing weather effects and stuff. But having played the shit out of both of them online with numpties, I came to the conclusion that they are not governed very well. There's a load of pricks on there. F1 is absolutely unplayable online. Absolutely unplayable. If you go into a race with puppies, you will have a shit time. There's no point. I maybe did 10 races in a row. There's always at least one fucking douchebag in there.
I just don't get it, because like these people must be into the sport of F1.
Have to be. No, they're just on there to troll. They seem to just be on there to troll.
I don't get it.
One guy, he was, and you can't get away with it for long. Like he was disqualified 2 laps into the race, but not before he took out 5 of us and ruined it for all of us. And I'm sure he was pissing himself. And that's very disappointing. The only way that you can play F1 online against strangers and it be fun is if you have collisions off. And that removes a whole aspect of the sport of racing. So it doesn't solve the problem. And Codemasters have made absolutely no effort of any kind to punish anyone. So if that guy, he can go into any race for the rest of the time that the servers are on and fuck over as many people as he wants with 0 repercussions. He doesn't get points on a virtual license. He doesn't get barred from going into specific rooms or lobbies. He is a literal fucking weapon for the rest of the time that he can be asked. And that's the nature of every lobby you go in. So
what a champ.
Project Cars 2, which I love, by the way. I love this game. But the online, firstly, it's fucking broken. Like, I think I told you the other night, didn't I? I spent an hour and a half playing online with bunny ears. I got in maybe 3 races in that time. Countless races where it said that the race was in the lobby, and then it loaded me into the fucking race that had already started and I had to load back out again. A couple of races where we're all sat on the fucking grid and then the lights go green and maybe 2 of the grids start and everyone else is just sitting there and there's no way out except to turn the game off and restart it. Like, shambolic is how I would describe the online mode for this thing. When you are in there, it's laggy as sin. Like, you know, people bouncing around all over the place, and no attempt at gating poor connections. What you can say about it is they do have a points system for fair play, whereby once, you know, you can set the number of points required to access a lobby. So if someone's like got a very, very low score, then yes, you can stop them from even coming in, which is a good thing and better than F1. At the same time, you're penalised regardless of what happens. So if you go off the track, or if someone just rams into the side of you, you lose points. There was a collision, you were involved in it, you lose points. Winner. Even if it wasn't your fault, even if it was nothing to do with you and you couldn't have prevented it or moved out the way or anything. So yeah, it's a bit of a shit show. So what isn't a shit show is Gran Turismo Sport. Okay. Gran Turismo Sport is in no way a shit show whatsoever. Now, firstly, this has got to be one of the most polished fucking openings to a game I've ever seen. One of the most polished menu systems I've ever seen.
Nice.
The opening movie to this game, I think, might be the best opening movie I've ever seen. And there's 2 movies. The first one's sort of a G you up with a lot of historical racing, and then the second one is showing off what the game can do. Both of them just expertly edited and cut together with fantastic soundtrack. The whole game's soundtrack's brilliant. The menu system's second to none. The way you can navigate around, it's just glorious. Like, man, this game just exudes class. It's unbelievable. You got this whole system with the racing licenses, where you can do all of these take all of these tests basically, and they've got gold, silver and bronze awards for each one, and as you go through it you unlock cars, and you know, you get one where you got to navigate S's. They're all timed. It's really addictive. Like, I found myself doing it for like an hour and a half today. there's several different modes in there. A lot of the career stuff is just sort of almost like extended tutorials, like teaching you a track or teaching you a car, stuff like that. There isn't actually like a proper career mode in there, which concerns me a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one thing that I kind of do like. If I do get stuck into like a racing game, I like some sort of like navigation on like, right, whatever it is, like maybe it's like a season based thing or something like that. You know, that's what I kind of
progression
crave.
And funneling,
something that I'm working towards in the end.
I'm with you on that, and it disappoints me that it isn't there. But
so
what
is there nothing of the sorts there? Is it literally like what was it? There was like, from what I remember in the beta, there was like 3 different types: arcade, like sport, and something else I can remember.
So arcade has got single race, time trial, drift race, and custom race, and I believe
you just said drift race. I'm there. Okay.
Yeah, it's got drift race. This has got rallycross as well, and this has got mud stages and stuff. With jumps. It's got a bit of Gymkhana, although they don't lean into that too much, which probably best. But so there's these custom races. And I believe that the custom races give you the option to, to put a load of races together and create a championship. But I haven't really looked into that properly yet. Yeah. And it's possible that it doesn't let you do exactly that. It suggested, from what I could see, that that's what it was going to let you do. So you got your arcade mode there. Then you got your career mode, which has, I think it's 3 options. So you got your licenses that you do. You've got track acclimatization one, which is like different tracks and stuff and learning how to go around them and that sort of thing, and then you've got a challenge mode as well, where you're given specific challenges like overtake this many cars in this many laps and that sort of thing. I've always liked that sort of thing, but not a sort of FMV heavy proper career progression mode like sort of a Tokka Race Driver or something. And that is a shame, because I do like that, and F1 does that the best out of the options kind of that you've got at the moment. And then you've got sport mode, which has a selection of different official championships and stuff, and then these daily races. And there's basically a race every 20 minutes. So there's one on the hour at 20 past and 22. And you register to participate in one of those races, and then you have as much build-up time as you want. I think 15 minutes before the race, where you can go around qualifying, putting laps in, getting practice. At which point it will matchmake you with anyone else who has gone for that race, form a selection of rooms, and put you into races. It gives you like a 2-minute warm-up at the start, and then a proper racing system. It will not let you go into online mode until you've watched 2 videos on sportsmanship and not hitting people. Okay. Which is awesome. Although its description of sportsmanship leaves a little to be desired. It kind of tends to lean into you shouldn't do things that make you look bad, which I suppose the people they're talking to, i.e. the cunts, that may well speak to them in a way that saying play the game properly and have a nice time doesn't. But it is a little bit weird. So it makes you watch these videos, and then so that's your main sport mode. There's also lobbies. You can make lobbies. There's a whole list of them. So it's got that standard online multiplayer as well as the timed events and the and so on. But I think there's enough there. There's some really cool tracks, lots of tracks that aren't on other games, as well as a few that are. It's just really cool. But the meat and drink of it is the driving. And obviously it's teaching you, or trying really hard to teach you, how to drive on this game. I went into an online lobby which required me to turn all of the assists off, and now I've got a little bit hooked on having them all off.
Oh, it's getting super simmy.
Well, this is not that simmy a game. Okay. It's far more arcadey than Project Cars. It's still a simulation.
Yeah, obviously. It's Gran Turismo.
It's a Gotham simulation.
Yeah.
It's a Gotham sim. And there's some road cars in there, like your MX-5s, your Alfa Romeo 4Cs, like these little roadsters and speedsters, plenty of 4x4s like Lancer Evos and so on. And they're a real joy to drive, and they're easy to drive as well. It's just got so much going on. Like it feels so different to the other games that we've got. And it's just exciting. Like, I'm just really, really enjoying my time with it. I think that the way that the points system works with the licenses on this game is far more severe than on Project Cars. So this is going to make a massive difference. Basically, I had 4 races today online, and I never saw that guy. In 4 races, I never saw that dude, that twat. There was no one in there trying to take everyone else out.
Yeah.
There was no one just barreling along and then immediately disqualified. I had really good races with several different people. And in the 3rd race I had, someone did take me out, but it was definitely accidental, as in I could see from the situation that they didn't mean to. And after that race, they sent me a message apologising.
Oh, wow.
So maybe this is the one for online play.
Possibly.
Early doors, I'm really enjoying myself. I know some of our listeners have got this as well. I saw Mel playing this last night, so he's obviously picked it up too. It's fucking sweet, man. It's really cool. It's just class. As I said, it's just a classy game put together really beautifully. It's got all the elements. Whether it's not got quite the content of some of the other games. Like there's less tracks and less cars than maybe Project Cars 2 and Forza. And that might surprise some people because Gran Turismo has always kind of been famous for this absolute arsenal of fucking vehicles.
Yes.
But yeah, all in all, shaping up to be a real banger. Really enjoying it. And yeah, you'll have to give it a go, buddy, because you got it as well, of course.
I do indeed, and like I said, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. From that description you've given it, like this could be my favourite racing game that's out at the moment.
It's fantastically fun to drive around in.
Have you tried it with both steering wheel and controller?
I have. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so how does it feel on the controller then?
Great, feels great, solid, stable.
Feel is great.
It's It was surprisingly surprisingly fun on the troll. Having sort of heard some real horror stories about some of the other racing games on controllers, feels great. It was just because it unlocked late last night. I didn't want to get the wheel out, so I thought I'd just load it up and have a go. And yeah, it's very controllable and quite easy because of how nice the cars kind of turn to. Literally go like a percentage of the analog stick and actually turn the corners properly rather than dabbing. So, yeah, it's good.
The dab, yeah.
Not the modern dab, not the wanker
modern
dab. I'm talking about the literally dabbing.
Just dabbing.
Well, the word was invented for.
Actual dabbing, yeah. Nice, buddy. Wow, that's a lot of racing talk, and
it is, and I apologise.
No, it was bound to happen. I think we're going to talk a bit more about whatever that game was, Gran Turismo Sport, next week a little bit more, and hopefully I'll be able to chip in with some comments on there as well. Yeah, cool, buddy. So apart from that, we've played some more co-op PES together, which is great, which is fun. We went up a league or a division.
Yeah, we're in Division 3 now, I think.
So yeah, that kind of a big deal.
Gibbons, buddy, Gibbons, full blown. Still a great game.
Yeah, man, it really is. And, you know, after playing it for even more hours now, it's really hitting home, like the differences between this year's version and the previous. And everything is just better. Full stop,
it is.
I believe.
It's how fluid it is. Yeah. And it feels like you can do more, but you have to master it. I think it feels more fair to you as well this year. Like
the main thing for me, buddy, is I feel now the double touch of the run actually fucking does something useful.
It worked, didn't it?
It's my go-to move. So this is a move where you just kick the ball in front of you and run after it kind of thing. And for years, I've always thought in my head, that's a great way of just getting that little bit of extra space. And it fucking works in this game if you do it right, buddy. It's awesome.
I think we can agree that it always should have worked as well. If you're a really brilliant player, you should have the footballing brain to push the ball out far enough to run onto it without losing it. Yeah. But games never saw it that way until now, buddy.
Until now. So, I mean, that's why this is the best PES ever made.
Gibbons.
Have you got anything else to just say about PES?
No, I'm happy with that. We're still chipping away at it. It's good stuff. Let's head into the last one, shall we?
Yeah, so finally we played Ghost Recon Ghost War Wild Pants multiplayer 4-on-4.
We were very excited because it was launch night.
Very aroused.
Yep. And loaded it up on game night as well.
Yeah. I mean, what happened launch night, buddy?
On launch night, it was fucked.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Didn't work
I think we said that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, it was because it was the day before we went live to air, wasn't it?
We did. But yeah, we played a good couple of hours of this on game night, didn't we? We got stuck in. And how was your experience?
My experience was, I feel we got a little unlucky with some of the people we were playing. Mm-hmm. The servers are patchy, but they're working on them.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an issue. But the biggest problem that I have with this game mode, I call it a game because it's so far removed from what Wildlands was.
Yeah, from the original Wildlands, being massively open world.
It is a mode, but it feels like a completely different game altogether to me. It's... I have a real issue with the inclusion of snipers in this game mode because, as far as I'm concerned, this is a small map, close quarters, stealth, sneaky game.
Yeah,
and the idea that you've got snipers in there, it just doesn't really work. And I'm torn about this. I know that it's possibly a little unreasonable to ask for there not to be snipers. I know that in a real world scenario, like that this game's trying to recreate, there's every chance there'd be snipers, and that's entirely realistic. And I also know that the style of the maps, with the amount of cover that they have, should negate snipers to the point where it doesn't unbalance things. But to me, it feels like it does unbalance things. It feels like you've got a dude who can sit in the corner of a map, miles away from everyone, and one-shot people from distance over and over again, making it so you can't scurry about, you can't really press like you want to. It feels broken to me, and I had zero fun. Now in the beta, I had loads.
Zero fun. Nice.
Honestly,
yeah.
Like even when we were winning in that quarry, I wasn't having a good time. If I'm honest, it just didn't feel very balanced, and it didn't feel very fair. I don't know. It's got so much potential. I want it to be brilliant, and I'm obviously going to persevere with it. I want to pump hours and hours into this thing.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm sure I'll get better at the game, and I'll learn to avoid the snipers, and I'll know when to pop my little drawers out and so on, buddy. But for that night, at least, it really did show the game as far as I'm concerned, at its worst. And whether that's their fault or society's, I'm not sure, but all I can say is I didn't have a very good time. I know Funk was like quite disappointed because I think he could agree that we were getting really unlucky with some of the rounds, and off the back of the servers being broken on the launch night as well. Yeah, like it was a real kick to the fucking dick. This,
yeah, totally. And he said that he's had such a fun experience with this game throughout the week. And, you know, I was ultra super pumped, buddy.
Ultra super pumped!
Going into Friday night game night, knowing that we're going to chuck a few hours into this and actually give it a good fucking stick in. And, yeah, like you said, like I couldn't agree more with you on everything you said with that. It was just upsetting and disappointing, and there was definitely a lack of fun to be had. Like, I went as the sniper when I I unlocked him because, you know, that option's there, you know, so...
Well, also because...
You can have a counter sniper kind of thing, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing with some numpty who... When we did this a few times, we played with, like, a pub sniper.
Yeah.
And he just didn't come with us, and no tactics. He just fucked off into his own corner of the map.
you can use the scout or sniper or whatever as, you know, as a team player to be like calling out shots. And one thing that like I found out late game was that you can turn auto marking off. So as a sniper, you know, I was looking down sight, and then obviously it's saying, "Oh, I've marked this guy up," and then obviously that notifies them that they're marked up. So I was like, well, I don't really want that as a sniper.
No, you don't.
I mean, if I'm like as an Overwatch scout, then yeah, I just want to be marking everyone up left, right, and center. But as a sniper, I'd be like, I'd be more preferred to turn off the auto marking, because then they're just going to sit there and I can be like, sweet.
They don't know, do they?
Dead.
They don't know that you've spotted them, and they'll just sit there and you'll clock them.
Exactly. So I don't know. Like, we definitely need to play more of this game, and we definitely will. Which I'm still excited over.
Me too. Yeah,
which is a good thing.
There's so much potential there.
Definitely.
For it to be fantastic, literally in a Rainbow Six Vegas 2 kind of way.
Yeah,
it's got that potential. We
need to learn some of the maps, get a bit more comfortable with our loadouts and things like that, and just do a bit more progression, because, you know, I'm kind of intrigued about the unlock tree in this multiplayer mode.
Seems extensive.
But compared to the extensive single player, or, you know, the Wild Pants itself, I mean, that was
worthless.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if this is as worthless as the base game itself.
Agreed, buddy.
So yeah, it's a game where I'm still undecided, but yeah, it was just a bit disappointing really this week. Just had a bad time, buddy.
Yeah, it was disappointing because we were expecting so much, and because Funk had such a good time on it, and it was a real shame that we couldn't as well. And it's just one of those things. Sometimes you meet a load of guys who've kind of worked out, you know, the best course of action exactly. So we'll get there. I'm sure we'll get there, and we'll play more of it, and it'll be great in the end, but not so much this week.
Gibbons.
So yeah, I think that's it, buddy. Unless you've got anything else, then I think we'll move over.
Cool, buddy.
And now it's time for the news.
News. That face was fucking horrific.
Oh yeah. Number one,
buddy.
Number one. The Denuvo DRM. This is a famous shithouse DRM, by the way. Denuvo DRM included in Shadow of War, because of course they did. Has been cracked within 24 hours of the game launching, rendering it utterly fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
that's also happened with South Park as well, buddy.
Yeah, 24 hours. Denuvo and Denuvo continuing to argue that, because obviously a few games in the past have been cracked within sort of 6-7 days.
Yes,
and Denuvo argued that those first week sales are so important that it's still worth publishers using them, even if they can't protect it for more than a week or so.
Yeah, but now.
24 hours? Has that made that much of a difference? Has that made a dent versus the goodwill lost? Although, obviously, this is Warner Brothers' Shadow of War. Yeah. There was no goodwill to lose. Mm-hmm. So I suppose fair play. Like, why would you not put it in there? Like, everyone hates you anyway. Who is like informed and follows gaming news, and other people who aren't and are just going to buy it anyway. They don't give a fuck whether it's got Denuvo or not. So. There's some sort of warped logic in there somewhere, buddy. But in other news, of course, and this, I think you mentioned this to me, and then I read about it somewhere. You can kind of bypass the loot crate bullshit in Shadow of War, can't you?
If
Do you want to go through this?
Yeah, so you just literally just don't accept the terms and conditions. Really,
and this is when the online servers connect, and it comes up telling you have to accept terms and conditions to be online. If you hit decline, then it can't implement the loot crate.
Box,
it can't implement those currencies because you have no way of buying them. And I mean, to be honest, that's very damning. That's very damning.
For a single player game, do you need to be connected?
Yeah, worth noting in GT Sport, by the way, that you do.
Oh yeah, you always have to be online with that, like some sort of DRM kind of.
Yeah, no loot crates in there though, buddy. So
no, not yet. Anyway,
500,000 credits and a special car pack because we pre-ordered, buddy.
Oh yeah, free shit. I mean,
it's enough for a couple of Porsches.
Crown? Oh really? Okay, cool. IRL, yeah.
Yeah, IRL, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this, I think it's quite damning that they turned off the store, because they say you can grind for these items. They don't call it grinding, but they say, you can pay for these items.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So is that not true then? Or is that unrealistic? Like, why would you not be able to use that loot-based system offline if you can just pay for everything with in-game currency anyway? It doesn't make much sense. But
I have no idea.
Either way, it works. It turns off all loot crates, provides normal progression, and you don't have to play by their fucking stupid rules. So that's nice.
Fucking cunts.
It's all gone a bit shitty, hasn't it, the last few weeks? And
well, we'll touch on that in a bit, buddy, aren't we? We got another fucking shit.
Got a lot to do with the fact there haven't been very many games to talk about, I think.
Just don't. We'll get onto that subject again as well later.
Yeah. Gibbons. Yeah. Number 2, Cuphead clears 1 million sales in its opening fortnight. Not bad for an indie.
I was one of them. I got a cheeky deal on CD UK. CD Keys. .co.uk or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it was only like £13, £14 or something. I was like, I'll have that.
No bad. That's some good figures. And
still haven't played it though.
It's made quite a wave, that game. Like lots of the early review codes. Early reviewers saying it was too hard, and then the wankers of the internet coming out and saying "get good, son" kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then be better at video games.
Yeah, and then let's play videos coming out of people beating it without getting hit in 15 minutes, and all very confusing to the person who hasn't bought it, aka me, or played it at all.
Yeah.
But either way, it reviewed very well, and people seem to really like it, and that's cool. So, nice. There you go. Not much else to say there. 1 million. Fair play to them. Good stuff. Next, Doom has a release date for the Switch. And that is the 10th of November. Just a little one for you there, buddy, just so you know.
I just fuck it.
If you want to play the worst possible version of that game.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's just
on the most expensive hardware on the market,
then
that's the one for you.
It's probably going to be the most expensive to buy place to buy Doom as well.
Yeah, CEX selling second-hand Switches for £320.
Of course they are. Fucking cunts. Absolute fucking
best of luck
cunt.
There.
Why would you do...
I don't know.
People will buy them as well, though.
I know.
Fucking retards.
I tell you,
I'm in an iron about getting one.
I'd never buy a second-hand one.
Oh, God, no. Fucking, like I said, I'm not a retard. I hope I did, anyway.
No, I mean, in general, though, regardless of price, like, you wouldn't want one second-hand.
Well, my Pro is refurbished. My PS4
okay.
Pro. And I got a year's warranty with it, though, so it's just the same as a manufacturer's warranty.
Well, I suppose that's all right, then.
Yeah. I haven't had any issues yet, I believe.
Fair enough, then. Shows what I know.
Well, it was from Tesco, the eBay outlet, so I kind of trust them more than CEX.
Yeah, I suppose you've got an actual point of contact should something go wrong.
Yeah, I think it was like 50 or 60 quid cheaper as well, so I was like, that kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's like 20% off, isn't it? So
exactly. So, yeah, still just trying to justify my PS4 Pro purchase.
There's something about the Switch. It's probably completely untrue, but it just looks like something to me that's a bit fragile. I wouldn't necessarily trust it to be in anyone else's hands for a very long.
The only reason I'm umming and ahhing about getting one is for the kids. Like, for me personally, I'm just like, I will never play this. I just won't. I mean, I've only played one game at the moment and probably forever more. So why do I need a Switch?
I mean, as a possible other option for you, buddy, we could move on to my next little tidbit of news there.
Oh, please do. News.
That's the PS4 kiddie pad, although I don't believe it's officially called that.
Okay, cool. I wish it was.
It's 40% smaller, It's wired. Okay. It's got a 10-foot cable on it. It looks a little bit like some sort of like Nintendo controller, really. But it's a bit stubby, buddy. Bit of a stubber. I think it's known as the mini wired gamepad, but it's being marketed for with younger gamers in mind. Flat design makes it easy to fit into smaller hands, and it has the low price of $29.99. Yeah, well, I suppose if it's flat, then you haven't got to worry about the contours of the hands.
Yeah, you haven't. So. Yeah, it'll just. That looks fucking bollocks.
It is quite ugly, but the more I look at it, the more I actually kind of grow to like it, buddy.
No. Where's the touchpad?
Touchpad inputs can be simulated via the left or right sticks, buddy.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you press the middle button and then you wiggle your sticks about. I get you.
While this does not include some features of the DualShock 4, including a touchpad, light bar, stereo headset jack, speaker, vibration or motion sensing, it does come at a great value and helps open gaming to the whole family.
I mean, I guess if they're going to sell it over here for like 20-25 quid, yeah, I'll pick one up.
Yeah, it's $29.99 at launch. I'm sure it'll be down at $25.20 very quickly indeed. It's just a very small budget controller, but if you've got little ones, then that's probably what you're after anyway. So... although the rumble's a little bit of a deal breaker, I think, for kids, because they if you're playing like couch co-op with your son or something, your one's like vibrating away, giving you the full experience, and he's just sitting there with that piece of shit, then he might be starting to wonder if you're his real dad. So perhaps that's a bit of a problem. Don't know, but yeah, either way, it's an option.
I don't know.
Well, have a think, buddy. Have a think. We'll move on for now. The Evil Within 2 is bombing. Physical sales are down 75% versus the original. Obviously, we're in an era where digital sales have gone up substantially, but not that much. So the game's doing very badly. It's not reviewed very well. It's quite buggy, apparently. Not the best. I'm not really the person to speak about it. I didn't play the first one. Never really took much interest. But, yeah, not doing well. At the moment, at least.
I'm just not fussed. Scary games, mate. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I always want to get into scary games. I always like the idea.
I don't. It just puts the fear in me, buddy. I just no. I don't want that.
I haven't even downloaded this. Is it this month's PS Plus? Is that Amnesia collection?
Amnesia, yeah.
I haven't even downloaded that. I just kind of forgot about it. Oh well. No, I can't actually. My membership's expired.
I will send it to you.
Oh yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers.
Do that. I'll do that for you.
Thanks very much. Cool. Okay, we'll move on for now. Let's talk about the loot crate bullshit. There's a petition in the UK asking the government to look into loot boxes and whether the law should be changed to classify them as gambling. That petition was... I think you mentioned it last week, did you?
I don't think remember. So. I put it in like our chats and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Just to remind us. Yeah. Okay, well, it's cleared 10,000 signatures, at which point the government has to at least respond to it. I think it works that it has to reach 100,000 signatures for it to actually be...
Parliament or whatever.
Yeah, for it to be discussed in the House of Commons. Either way, it reached its 10,000, which, fine. So we got our response, which was wordy, completely missed the point, didn't even seem to understand the issue, and ended with, the government recognised the risks that come with increasing convergence between gambling and computer games. The Gambling Commission is keeping the matter under review and will continue to monitor developments in the market.
Thanks.
Yeah. I've got a problem with this petition, buddy, because I think I mentioned to you at the time.
Yes.
It is a grammatical nightmare. Like, I don't know who... I'm sure they had the best of intentions.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with
forward,
it.
Yeah.
But fuck me. If you're going to put a petition online that you want hundreds of thousands of people to see... at least spell check the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Maybe it would have reached its 100,000 signatures had it not been such a fucking shit show of the English language, buddy. Maybe that.
Maybe, buddy. I doubt it, though.
Many video game companies in recent years have introduced mechanics which are essentially gambling, of which are targeted at children and vulnerable adults. While not currently considers gambling by law, they do copy many traits to make them as addictive and can lead to real money being lost or earned. These sentences don't even make sense, buddy.
I got confused when it began.
While not currently considers gambling, what did he write on his phone from the fucking pub? Why are we even discussing this? I'm moving on.
I just need to say that, did you know that, loot boxes are illegal in the Isle of Man?
I didn't know that.
There you go. The only place in the world where loot boxes are illegal. I have no idea how they govern that, though. Isle of Man, mate. I think I sent you it in a thing in the message. I'll investigate.
It sounds like I need to do some research on that at some point, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It was the UK people getting... It was on Polygon. Blah, blah, blah. Something. Yeah, because some dude, one of the UK secretaries actually brought up the questions. He brought like 2 questions forward. The Isle of Man is a British territory which explicitly defines in-game items as money's worth in its gambling law.
Oh, that's how they do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
one of the
currently the only place in the world that does so. There you go.
Yeah, one of the big arguments against this being gambling is that there's a distinction saying that if you can't use the in-game items to buy things outside of the game, then they shouldn't count as gambling. Obviously, the Isle of Man disagrees, and fair play to them.
And
I agree with
Rob's
them.
in the chat on YouTube. He's saying, "I agree. Targeting kids, people should be more pissed. Scum fucks the lot of them."
It's true, and it's worrying that people aren't more aggrieved by this. To be honest, it seems to pass under the radar.
I know,
but this fucking pathetically worded nonsense is not gonna.
It's not gonna do anything.
It's not
but yeah, something
Nice
drastically
try.
needs to change.
Yeah. In our schooling system as well as the laws of gambling.
Well,
in this
that as
country.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit, innit? Okay. We're moving from one shitstorm to another, buddy.
Keep it going, buddy. I love it.
The studio killer strikes again. There's certain parallels that could be drawn, seeing as EA very firmly in the LucasArts sort of pants, the Star Wars license is with them, pushing all of these Star Wars games. I like to imagine Electronic Arts to have a literal Death Star, which they sporadically fire down onto development teams that they've picked up, snatched up into their arsenal over the years. Maybe it's Maxis, maybe it's, maybe it's Criterion, whatever you fancy really, buddy. So EA's Death Star, the studio killer, they strike again, buddy. EA has now shut down Visceral Games.
I love EA. They're the best. Yeah,
just-
enjoy that
you just
picture.
popped
You
in a
enjoy
little,
that picture.
Popped in a little picture for me there. Companies killed by EA. Origin, Westwood.
Dice, or is it like the original Dice or something?
The original Dice,
Yeah.
Criterion, Mythic, BioWare, who they snapped up, Bullfrog, Maxis, and Visceral, buddy.
And Visceral
Welcome
now
to
as
the
well,
party.
buddy.
So
Yeah, I saw that on Reddit earlier this week, and I was just like, I need to remember that and put it in there.
yeah, this is Visceral Games. The obviously their most successful series was Dead Space, the Dead Space series.
Good games.
And they've made some really good games in the past as well. And those old Lord of the Rings games that were like local co-op that we used to play on the original Xbox, they made those as well.
There you go, mate.
More recently, Battlefield Hardline, and the studio was working on one of EA's many basically unannounced Star Wars games. Now they're not. EA says they're trying to relocate as many staff as possible. In a typical fucking corporate bullshit response, EA said that Visceral's closed and they're going to pivot the Star Wars game. Pivot.
Of course they are. Yeah, of course they are.
The rumour is, and there's an interesting article on Polygon that's worth a read if you want to know more, buddies. The rumour is that it was heavily based single player, And EA have kind of identified that isn't necessarily what they want to do anymore, period.
Yeah, it's
harder to monetize a single-player game, isn't it?
Yeah, they can't do it. They can't get them loot boxes in those single-player games.
Yeah, not the best. Dead Space 3 was a bit of a shit show, and Hardline was shite. That's not to say I wanted a studio to shut down, and obviously this is real-life jobs, and I'm very sorry that people have lost theirs if they have.
Yeah, obviously.
EA trying to sugarcoat it, saying they're trying to relocate people, but... this is a very large world and studios are based in different fucking continents half the time, so it's not quite as easy as that. But yeah, another victim. Down they go, buddy. We hardly knew anything about all of that, but at least Devolver. At least there is Devolver, buddy.
So what have Devolver done then, buddy?
Devolver tweeted out earlier, if ex-Visceral folks want to spiritual success that EA game into a Spaceballs project, give us a holler. And then they just got a little gif of
the Spaceballs,
big helmet going up against,
Oh dear, well good. I need to watch that film again. It's so good.
It's funny. It's a funny game.
And then after that, there's just loads of gifs of Spaceball.
Gotta love Spaceballs, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Pizza the Hut.
May the Schwartz be with you.
It's the power of the Schwartz.
Indeed it is.
Fuck me. Probably one of Mel Brooks' weaker films, but still fucking brilliant.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Man. So sad times there. Devolver.
Yeah, man.
Trying to put a little bit of fun on that, but I would actually really enjoy it.
Imagine that. It'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be a fucking out of left field, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's me, buddy. That's my news. Probably time to hand over to you for my favourite section, and that is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. A few things this week. I don't know what's kicking off. Here we go. Where should we start? Oh shit! Yeah. Epic is suing 2 Fortnite cheaters. Did you see this?
I saw the headline and I was like, how? I also thought it was funny.
They're suing them for tampering with source code. So like with copyrighted code or something. I think that's their way of getting them. So actually editing their code, and then they're like, yeah.
Certain irony in Epic suing people for breaching copyright on a game mode that they most consider them to have ripped off from another publisher. That's quite funny.
Yeah, it's odd. So they could face up to $150,000 in damages for copyright infringement. There you go.
Shit. Well,
yeah, mate. Cheaters. Beware.
Never prosper, buddy.
EA, buddy. We're going to go to EA. Got a couple of things for EA, actually. FIFA 14 is going to be the first game to leave EA Access Vault.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I suppose so.
FIFA 14, that's quite old now.
Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Absolutely.
Better news for EA. Mass Effect Andromeda, there was that 10-hour free trial a month or two ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Just get the game on EA Access now. Full game's there.
Oh, just chuck it on.
Yeah.
Not like anyone's buying it. Might as well include it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, there you go. That's free.
What a shit show that was, by the way.
Oh, man. Seriously.
Jesus.
Absolute clown shoes. Keeping with E's, but not EA, E3, buddy. It's got a new logo.
Oh.
Guess what it is.
Is it three E's?
Close. It's an E with a 3.
Oh, okay.
But instead of 3D, it's 2D.
So it'd be good on catchphrase then.
Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough. Yep.
A couple of things for the Switch here. Ubisoft bring in a great game, or could be bringing a fantastic game to the Switch, and that's Uno. I mean, I feel like that console needs as many games as it can get at the moment. An odd one, though.
Yeah, I mean, was that a launch title on the 360?
I think so, yeah. I don't know what kind of Uno it's going to be. It's going to be something. But this is weirder. Much, much weirder. So, that game that annoyed us for so many weeks being top of the charts, I'm not going to say its name, but you know which one that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the stupid bandicoot in it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Apparently, it might be going on the Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With Sony publishing it?
Yeah. Mate, I just, these are headlines. I didn't read the news.
Well, I mean, Sony is the publisher for that game, is it not?
Alongside a possible Xbox One release, now rumours of a Nintendo Switch release. I didn't even know that it was rumoured to be on the Xbox One. There you go. Fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah, I think I heard that it was going to be on Xbox One, but surely that does mean Sony publishing a game on a Nintendo console.
No, I have no idea. There you go. Pretty weird though, mate. Pretty weird.
Sony to release indie game on Nintendo Switch. Tiny Metal, an indie tactical battler, is one of several upcoming games to be published by Unties.
Several.
Sony Music Entertainment's just announced game publishing label.
Oh, there was another thing, like Sony Music have just made a gaming label? I can't remember.
That's it, that's what I just said. That was literally the last sentence I said.
Yeah, no, I wasn't listening. Mate.
Okay, cool.
I just remembered that I read that earlier today.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Sorry, buddy. My
That's
bad.
all right.
I can only do one thing at a time, and right now, I'm trying to read. I can't listen whilst reading. It's unfathomable. That's a
I think
word.
that's quite cool that they're going to publish on Nintendo.
I think it's weird.
It is weird.
Finally, buddy, fucking Skate 4 #. Pound sign. Now and forevermore. Fuck me.
When's it coming out, buddy? Go on, give us the scoop.
It's never coming out, buddy.
It will come out.
But fuck me. There's a Kickstarter starting on November 14th for Sessions, it's now called. Previously called Project Sessions. It's a skateboarding game. It's a skateboarding game, buddy, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be only coming to PC at the moment, but I mean, I'm very excited. It looks good. There was a little 1 minute trailer. I've watched it several times. It's skateboarding it's a computer game with skateboarding. There's not much else to say about it. I'm very excited. I'm lost for words because I'm so excited about this game.
I mean, that has to come out on consoles if it does come out, because
You would have thought so.
extreme sports games, as a rule, have always been console games.
But yeah, I believe that the Kickstarter is just for PC at the moment. We'll see what happens on November 14th when it goes live. I got a strong feeling that I'm going to put a little cheeky backing for this. Could be a Kickstarter virgin material.
Looks nice.
It looks very good. It looks really, really good. They've been very open with it as well in the past, having lots of in-game, not in-game, but localized testing where people have filmed it and things like that. And there is footage
nicely
of it
transparent.
out there.
That's what you need when you're doing a Kickstarter like that, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's important.
And mate, fucking finally. I mean, I don't know when it's going to be coming out. I mean, this has been in development for a couple of years already.
It's just exciting that someme's making one. It's been such a long time.
The thing is, for when I did look at all of this months ago, when I kind of slipped it in there at the end of a podcast, it was talking about the controls, how it's a step on from the skate games, because obviously that had the true touch or whatever the fucking phrase was with that, with the flicking of the stick. So I don't know how that's gonna change a bit on this, but I'm sure I'll fucking adapt to it, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, I mean, to have a spiritual successor for Skate, you need a system whereby your fingers are doing what a board might do, like the actions. That was what separated it from Tony Hawk's, the whole, just hit a button type thing. That was why it felt so visceral and cool. So I'm sure they'll work it out. I'm sure they'll work out a way to do that, and it's just exciting that someone's working on anything like that at all, buddy. It's been such a long time. It's actually been a fair old long time since that fucking shit Tony Hawk game launched as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's been the sale once for like £10. I was close to buying it, and I'm glad I didn't.
Gibbons. Just had Rob in the chat saying Skate 3 on Xbox One. The whole backwards compatible thing. So another reason to get one. And I did see some of those in CEX the other day for 130. They were second hand, but yeah, Xbox One S, £130.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Black Friday, maybe, buddy. £100.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Jerky.
Well, buddy, that's about me done for my news favourite things this week.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very kind of you to bring such wonder to the table, buddy. Thanks so much for that. That was your news, and it was my news as well, of course, so I guess that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Is it? I thought we were going to have something before.
Oh shit, sorry, I scrolled down a little bit too far in the old nose there, buddy, and fucking absolutely shat the bed. So there is that, of course. Now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
So what have we got this week, buddy? In, out, up, down, left, right, north, south, east, west. What was the word that I said? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
It was like D something. I can't remember.
Oh,
anyway.
direct.
Direct, yeah.
Erect or direct.
Direct, yeah.
Expectable or unexpectable.
Exactly. Yeah, that's us, the unexpectables. Yeah, buddy. So what have we got this week? Fonz or Phoenix?
We got Phoenix, and it's not really.
Let's keep it going.
It's not a surprise.
Negativity.
It's not a surprise.
I tried to bring us just a little bit up there with some good news about fucking sessions, Kickstarter.
Yeah,
and you're just like, fuck you.
Pissing on
bad
your chips.
news.
Yeah, that will happen,
cool.
buddy. That will happen.
Yeah, mate. Sure. What we got?
This is the news this week that Activision has researched and patented a new matchmaking technique whereby they use tricks to sell in-game items or loot crates or whatever you want to call it. I don't think we should be surprised by this necessarily, right? But it is still super shitty.
It's proper shitting. Yeah, that's it's like the way that I thought it was like, Google Ads, where like it peruses your browsing history and then just chucks up adverts where you've been. So mine's just like constantly like dildos and shit. And then I guess it's like that.
Yeah, it's shitty. There's man, insidious behaviour. I think we'll call it that, shall we?
Yeah,
maybe
I read. Yeah, you've got it as in the description, and that's the bit that I read, and I was just like, oh my god, it's just insane.
Yeah, this is
the way they put it.
This is the description of the mechanic that they patented. For instance, the microtransaction engine may match a more expert stroke marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items possessed or used by the expert stroke marquee player. A junior player may wish to emulate the marquee player by obtaining weapons or other items used by the marquee player. So instead of matchmaking based on skill, matchmake based on pairing people who haven't spent any money yet with the cunt who has, in the hope that the people who haven't are stupid enough to do the same. That's basically it. Man. Again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by this, but it is fucking shitty. It's just so shitty. And it's just a little beautiful little look into the future, buddy. Now, Activision have confirmed that this is not in any of their games at the moment. I put at the moment on the end there, buddy. They didn't say that. That would have been, yeah, I think they've got pelters for that. They said it's not in any of their games. I said at the moment. Bungie were very, very quick to come out as well this week and say this absolutely isn't in Destiny, like in Crucible mode or anything like that. But at the end of the day, who can fucking tell? Like,
yeah, exactly. Who knows?
In what crazed fucking reality do we believe anything that any of these fucking publishers say? So who cares if they come out and say it's not in there or not?
Yeah, because
they don't need to prove it is.
No, of course. They're just like, oh no, we don't do that. What do you want about? And then it's like, yeah, prove it. But one thing about like the like loot boxes and drop rates and things like that is like another thing that I read, because obviously this is a hot topic in China. I've just put it in the Twitch chat as well. Is in China you can actually see like the drop rates of these loot boxes. So like, you know, at least you'll know what you're buying into. So like 1 in, I don't know, 1,000 could be whatever that is. I don't know, but maybe then that might stop people from buying them, buddy, because they can be like, wow, the odds of getting that are minimal to none.
Yeah, no, I don't think it will, but it'd be nice if it did. Yeah.
It's just not good.
Not cool. So yeah, anyway, big old Phoenix. I don't know. It beggars belief, buddy. What can you even say anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a roller coaster that we're gonna have to ride it out, I guess, and see what happens.
I think for the most part, all you can do is try and avoid buying games that have these mechanics.
Or the thing is, like, just don't fucking buy any of these kind of loot boxes.
I think it's
anything.
a problem. Even funding the companies that are putting them in there is an issue. But I don't. I mean, it won't be long before this is commonplace in every video game, and then you can't even do that anymore. So.
Yeah,
sad times. The PR nightmare is already winding down. I think you look at the game sites the last week or so. You know, obviously there's still these stories kind of sticking about, but you can just see it dying away, where people just don't give a fuck anymore. It's just the world we live in, where like important stories just fall by the wayside 2 days later, and no one talks about them ever again. Like,
we just got a question. So, what is our alternative to loot boxes, or if there is an alternative to loot boxes? I'd just say a progression tree, like
the olden days.
Like a normal game.
You don't. If you're selling several different versions and you're selling season passes, you don't also have to gate progression behind chance and microtransactions.
Yeah,
I don't know the statistics. I don't know. Presumably, the reason that publishers have got creative in the games industry is because selling conventional video games wasn't making the money required anymore, but we don't even know that. Like,
no, we have.
Were they
no
making a fuck
clue.
ton of money and they just want more, or do they actually need to make this extra money to match the sort of top end and profits that they used to make? Is it just business? We can't answer any of these questions.
Well, the EA games have put their price up by £5. They're up to like $59.99 on the stores now, instead of the standard, $54.99 in the UK anyway.
People say that video game prices haven't really changed. Millions of people now buy video games. It doesn't matter that they haven't changed. 100 times more people are buying this software. So the fact that the price is the same as it was when you were 10 is fucking irrelevant. On top of that, they're selling $79.99 and that £100 fucking special edition bullshit DLC packs. I can't imagine that you also need to disassemble the often the fucking career or single player story of your game and reassemble it in a package that requires people to give you more fucking money. It can't be the case that that's required. It can't be. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It fucks games. It makes them worse. And the publishers don't care that they're worse. It doesn't matter because it's the finance side of things all the time. It's
yeah. I mean, I could carry on here.
And we need to move on. Obviously.
We need to move on though, and it's like, I mean, it's been proven in past that developers take the complete piss with these things, a la fucking Warner Brothers with their stupidity from the other couple of weeks with the charitable donation and
just
cunts.
on a different fucking realm to the rest of us, some of these businesses. But it doesn't matter what I say about it. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It won't change things. The people who are in control of the industry are the publishers, and what they want is more money, and therefore this will continue.
Indeed.
The developers require the publishers for big budget titles. They can't fund them on their own. And so there's very little that you can do. It's got many, many parallels to the music industry. But what's happened to the music industry is that content's now worthless. Unfortunately, video games can't take it out on the fucking road and do 7 dates of the O2. So it's,
Yeah.
What can you do? It's a weird time. But as I said to you earlier, and I've said many times, buddy, the main reason that all this shit is out here in the wild and people are talking about it is because of the release schedule being shit for the autumn this year. That's why we're talking about. That's why we're having these conversations. It's a weird one, but there we go. Either way, it's a massive fucking phoenix. I think you'll agree.
Gibbons, buddy, big old thumbs down.
And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week, buddy. What we got this week? Anything good? I mean, there's one game out this week that I know is pretty damn good.
We got Destiny 2 out this week on PC, buddy.
And no, I'm not going to buy it again. Fact.
Does anyone in your dad clan play it on PC?
Not yet, because it's not out.
But I mean, is there any intention?
I don't know. I believe in the whole Destiny community, a lot of people will be jumping ship to PC if they have a decent PC to play it. I'm hoping that JJ's gonna play it on PC.
Oh yeah, get in touch, JJ. We'd like to know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, to see if he's gonna get it, because I know his some of his mates were huge big boy fans of the original.
Are you a fan of the JfG podcast? Do you like JfG Ash? Are you up for playing up to 200 hours of content in Destiny 2 on PC?
Only if you're a dad.
Little free ads. You got to be a dad. That's the other
gotta
thing.
Be a dad.
Yeah.
Come join me. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that. Sorry, God. There we go. Yeah, I'm worried about this game on PC because of cheaters, buddy. So it's going to be interesting to see what develops in there on that front, because PC games they get fucked about a lot. I mean, it was only the other week that I was talking about the new COD. Even in the beta on that, people were hacking that for
that thing was
fucking headshot
flying about
it was
the place.
Insane, man. Yeah. And this is going to be the first time Destiny is going to be on PC and things like that. So, yeah, see what happens, really, mate.
Gibbons, by the way.
Could be a massive shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, today, more shitty Destiny news. They had to pull this week's Nightfall because it was fucked. So they've replaced it.
Cool.
So there's still teething issues and shit going on with that game. That really shouldn't be. It should be fucking just smooth sailing now. I mean,
that's such a long time to work on it, haven't they?
Yeah, and the downtime has pretty much gone now, which is good compared to what it was. But still, in those we've already said it about the first few weeks, it should have been fucking constant. But yeah, there's still teething issues this late in its this early in its cycle, I guess. Because it's going to be so long. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Moving on, buddy. What else is out this week? Oh, and that's out this week.
That's out this week. We've also got the Mummy Demastered is out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That is a weird 2D side scroller there, buddy.
Is that a play on words for remastered?
Demastered, yeah.
It's being demastered.
16-bit sort of game, that one. Very nice too.
I mean, that's really a harsh thing to say about like 16-bit games.
Oh, you don't think it shows the amount of respect it should? Is that what you're saying there?
No, I believe that they're taking the piss a little bit too much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fair play. Yeah.
And that's out this week.
Road Rage is out on PC, PS4 and Xbox One, and it is
Rage.
the spiritual successor to Road Rash.
Is it now?
It is. It's a little ropey on the graphics side of things, but at the end of the day, you are riding a bike through various desert locations, hitting people with poles. There's police, you hit them as well. There's jumps, there's boosts. It's Road Rash. I've seen quite a lot of footage of this. A few of the people that I follow on YouTube have put a few.
Oh, yeah. I watched Hat Films playing it. Yeah.
It's a little bit ropey looking, but quite fun looking as well. It does
This looks terrible.
He's been a little bit more harsh stroke realistic than I have with
I'm being
description of a little
upfront with
bit
you
ropey.
right now. This looks fucking balls.
It's not a looker,
It's
buddy.
open world. Oh no. Oh my god.
You're not. It's not sold.
How much do you want to bet? I don't know. In GTA, can you get like a golf club out whilst on a bike?
No.
How much do you want to bet they do it in the next couple of weeks?
That's the way things are going. We'll have more on that later. Yeah, it's true. This is a slightly shit-looking game.
Oh, no,
but the
mate.
mechanics look fun, and it's going to be cheap, and it's going to be online, and it might be a laugh. And I liked Road Rash, so I got a soft
I
spot.
did it. I very much enjoyed Road Rash. Funny story, or actually incredibly sad story about Road Rash for me. I had a Nintendo growing up, as everybody knows. Nintendo 3 best consoles, just putting that out there. I swapped it with one of my mates for his Mega Drive or whatever at the time, and he had Road Rash, and I played it. It was loads of fun. So I get my Super Nintendo back, and Super Mario World save has been wiped, buddy.
Super Mario World?
On the SNES.
What the fuck?
It was wiped. He fucking wiped my game.
What a douchebag!
Well, I mean, who does that?
A tool bag does that, buddy.
Massive tool bag. What a cunt. And I was so upset.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it is. What's next, buddy?
Sorry, I'm reeling at that.
I know, right? Just imagine that. That was obviously before the cloud even existed, mate. So I didn't have my cloud save.
Traumatic indeed. Fuck.
It's not good.
So also out this week, buddy, we've got Assassin's Creed Origins coming to PC, PS4 and Xbox One on the 27th of October. Have you seen any more of this thing?
Nope. I'm staying well clear of it now until some sort of review / retarded video comes out. Yeah, of it being totally broken, which I'm sure it will be.
You'd presume so. Also, apparently,
I hope so.
absolutely to the brim with loot boxes, this game, buddy, just so you know.
Fucking awesome. But you can only get them with in-game currency, buddy.
For the time being, indeed, you can, buddy.
For now.
At the moment. For now. So far.
So far. Who knows?
For the time being.
The future is bright.
Yep.
Full of loot boxes.
We'll keep an eye on that. I think it looks quite good. Not necessarily graphically, but we'll see. Also, out this week, Super Mario
It looks
Odyssey.
quite good, apart from the looks.
It looks like it's going to be a good game, but the graphical shiteness.
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey is coming to Switch this week. This is a big title in the lead up to Christmas.
City. Yeah, it's the only one that I can think of that's coming out on the Switch before Christmas. Apart from Uno, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, big title Uno.
Yeah.
That's the one they'll be pushing on the ads, but Super Mario Odyssey is also out.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I know someone who's played it.
How was that?
They said it was good. They said that...
In what sense? Say if they said, my favourite game is... What would their favourite game be?
I can't answer that.
As a guess, what do you think their favourite game is?
It would either be a classic Nintendo game like maybe Ocarina or something like that.
Okay.
Or it'd be a strategy game like Civ 3 or something like that.
Civ 3.
Yeah.
Nice, specific. I like it.
There you go. What you asked, you know.
Well, no, yeah, totally.
I'm making it up. I'm putting words in his mouth.
I'm literally just saying anything.
No, it's true, though. It's true. He's a big Nintendo
Okay.
fan. He went to EGX
Yeah.
and played Super Mario Odyssey, and he said that he really liked it. It had a sort of the spirit of like Mario 64 feel to it, rather than the sort of
and then
party games
Sunshine
and stuff.
all the other
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
and
like the ones on the Wii, I just no.
He also said it did some really cool things with perspective. For example, you'd perhaps go into a 3D pipe and then pop out into like a 2D one, like a sort of Mario 3 kind of world.
Nice, I like it.
And he said the environments were really varied and detailed, and it ran really nice and it controlled really nice. That was about
Damn it.
He only had 10 minutes or so with it, but he really liked it. But he's a massive Nintendo fan and does intend to get a Switch regardless, so there is
I know
slight
that's the
element of bias
catch-22 in
there
it. Yeah,
already.
exactly. I don't know.
Either way,
Yeah, very tempting though. Still, again,
comfortably the
sort of
biggest.
swaying in the buy a Switch selection.
Yeah.
The debate. Who knows?
There's no
One
debate
day.
for me. I don't know why you'd get one. But
Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda, and that's it.
yeah, fuck that.
And Doom.
Doom for the worst version of Doom. Yeah. Speaking of Bethesda, buddy, the final release of the week is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. It's on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and is a game that I would very much like to own, but can certainly wait for.
Yes, I will wait for
At least until Christmas, when it drops by 20 quid,
that. Indeed.
which it will.
I see that, like, this week, like, it's a big, heavy hitter in the gaming. It's
good.
You know, in a week of
Strong.
games. But no, it's shit.
We've got a new Assassin's Creed, a new Mario, and a new
Yeah.
Wolfenstein with a PC Destiny release.
I know, and I'm just like,
Meh.
fucking bollocks. What's this all about? This is nothing.
Yeah,
So,
strange.
yeah, no, it's a strong week, but I'm just not interested in any of those games.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, obviously I'm interested in Mario, but I haven't got a Switch because I'm not doing
You're
that
not
because
mecha
it's stupid.
excited for any of them. That's the main thing.
No,
I think.
exactly. I'm not ultra super pumped kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seems fair. Okay. Well, either way, that's your out this week, and doesn't get much stronger than that. But we're still not that.
It really doesn't.
fussed,
No.
really.
Bollocks.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Backward corner with funk. Backward corner with funk. He's got some questions for funk.
Has he got any questions this week, buddy?
He's got a little gripe that he's got with Pez, and it's a great time for me to chuck one in as well, buddy. So I'll just read out what Funk's got here. Funk says, playing Master League on Pez, and the players get tired way too quickly. You basically need to buy 2 teams to keep on top of it. I get real players get tired, but some defenders play almost every game of a season. They're not tuckered out from one week to the next. It's always bugged me. He's absolutely right here. The stamina's quite odd on this new version of Pez, and I think a lot of that's to do with the way that we press. Like, I make my players run more than I think the game makers probably expected. And as such, they're all fucking dead with 0 stamina by the end of every game, and cumulatively over the course of like a month, literally they're below half on the stamina meter at the start of games and stuff, and it is an issue. I certainly felt it, because the way that I play these games is I sell off the whole fucking team, like as many players as I can, to bring in talent, and then just rely on having a strong first 11 with absolutely nothing to fall back on, because that's the best way to build a team quickly. So yeah, I can feel Funk's pain here. Are you gonna start a Master League, buddy, or are you just gonna play Destiny forever?
I want to say yes. I will start a Master League, but as it's showing at the moment, there's no stopping that fucking freight train, buddy.
Givens, buddy, rumbling on into town, through town, out of town.
Just need to mention something whilst we're in Fuckwit Corner. I'm just on the Twitch chat as I've been monitoring all night. It's been very active, which is nice. Just checked out the viewers. Some sort of Funkamo is on the is in the viewing section on Twitch right now. Yeah.
With this viewing, you were really spoiling us.
Indeed, buddy. He's keeping it hush-hush.
Well, I've got to say, one of my gripes, seeing as we're in Pez Gripe Town, buddy, this has been a problem for many fucking years. It continues to be one, but I will mention it anyway. The fact that I have £48 million available in my transfer budget and £2,000 in my wage budget, and there is no way for me to transfer any of my transfer funds to my wages. So I've got 50 million to spend. I can't sign anyone because I've only got $2,000 wages, and I can't send 10 million over to my wages. I can't transfer anything at all. You can do it on Football Manager. You've been able to do it since 1993 on that game.
I was going to say, so this isn't like an actual real life thing. This is just... Well, I mean, like in actual real life, like that's not how it works.
No.
You have separate budgets.
You balance your books. You've got a pot of money.
Yeah.
They've separated it for video game reasons.
Way. Yes, obviously.
But you sign a player based on the budget that the club has. They've given me a transfer budget. They've given me a wage bill. That's fine. But for that to be completely non-negotiable and... I just won 10 games on the bounce on my Pez in the Premier League with a shit team. They gave me a bonus for that because there's like a club. The owner sends you messages now in Pez on Master League. He gave me a fucking budget boost of my transfer kitty. So he gave me an extra million of my transfer kitty. I've still got $2,000 on wages. I can't buy anyone.
Great,
I can't
mate.
do anything.
I mean, have this extra money that means nothing.
I can't do anything. And trust me.
Now, if there
fun.
were loot boxes where you could pay actual money to get more money in your wage budget, would you feel
That's ultimate team mode, buddy. That's ultimate team you're talking about there.
But, if they implemented that in Master League, would you think that's a good idea?
Oh, yeah, great idea. Yeah, fucking sign me up. Sign me up. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I'll buy the Pez coins, whatever fucking cunting thing they call it. Arseholes. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best.
So, yeah, still problems with that Master League there, buddy, but
yeah, well...
good game all in all.
It's tradition.
Gibbons.
Can't fix everything. What was it? Can't build Rome in a day.
Yeah, that's
the saying. Yeah, there you go.
So thanks for that, Funk. Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up to be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We wanna know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show indeed, buddy. We got a question from Mel this week.
Hey, well, I just need to say, it's been a week now, and I'm just waiting for the first person to go on the website, our website, the jfgpodcast.co.uk, and get involved on the Street Beat section. I mean, it could be a massive prank on me where no one actually ever does it.
Those tricksters.
But, I mean, that's fine. I mean, shenanigans. I'm a big fan. But, if you want to use it, you can do it on our website now under the Street Beat section. Or maybe it's broken and I don't fucking know. Let me know.
That's www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk there, buddies. You can come over
/Street Beat.
/Street Beat. And
there you go. Yeah.
Get on the show like Mel has.
Yeah. Mel's on the show this week.
Mel's on the show.
That's Mel Gibson's soul, by the way.
Mel Gibson's soul. Regular listener to the JfG podcast, Mel Gibson's soul. A confusing title for anyone who doesn't regularly listen, and for those who do. But there we go. Shall I read this out, buddy, or do you want to take this one?
Yeah, go nuts. Read them words.
Okay. I will read them words. Mel says this. Couldn't agree more, buddies. Fuck EA, fuck paywall DLC, and fuck the rest of this year's release lineup. I honestly think Rockstar just wanted to wring GTA dry before Red Dead. Seemed fishy that in the weeks following the delay announcement, they release a pretty big deal of GTA content. Just saying. Red Dead was this year's glowing golden douche on a pile of soiled douchebags, right?
Right.
P.S. Glad the background tunes are back. Love the vibe it gives, sweet cheeks.
I didn't... did I forget to put them in one of the weeks?
1 week you did, yeah, I think so.
My bad.
You had them... Yeah, I think you had them quite low at one point, but I think that was because our... I turned my mic right down 1 week, which kind of threw your inner workings of your editing system a little bit, I think. But yeah, no, I still like having the tunes on there, buddy.
I've been thinking about it, like, the past couple of weeks. I'm like, shit, like, I can't think of any other podcast that has, like, fucking stupid background music. I'm like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I just never know. But yeah, I kind of want to change it out, get some, like, more, like, ragtime stuff in there, or something. Maybe, like, I'll just pike a load of music off YouTube and then shove it on.
Yeah, it's just finding stuff that's...
I know we need royalty-free stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to breach any copyrights, basically. So everything you hear on here is out of copyright, basically.
Until it's not.
Yeah, until someone tells us it isn't.
For whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even when we do that, it's like, I mean, do we really need to? I mean, does it matter? I mean, I guess.
I think as a general rule, it does.
Yeah, as the law.
I'd quite like to bring back the... we had quite a few songs when we first started.
Some fantastic songs
that I really liked, but a lot of them turned out... that they were on a royalty-free website, which turned out to be kind of not to be trusted, basically.
Yeah.
Fucked us over there, and we learnt our lesson. But, yeah, either way. Yeah, no, I think Mel's right about the Red Dead delay and the content they brought out and them rinsing it dry and so on. Like, it does seem fishy, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, seriously, that was the game, obviously apart from Destiny 2, that I was really fucking, like, just so excited about for coming out this year. And then when they were like, yeah, we're gonna delay it, it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, like, cool, just make it really good, because I know that's what you're going to do. And then, yeah, obviously, it's just, like, fucking bringing out all this, like, well, not shit, but all this extra stuff for GTA. And he's right, just trying to wring it out and, yeah, get everything they can out of that game, I guess. But, like, I still think, you know, when Red Dead comes out, I still think, like, hundreds of thousands of people will probably still be playing GTA Online. I think that's a game that's, like, not going to go away until the next one comes out, you know?
You may well be right there, buddy. You may well be right. Yeah, we can't really complain because of all the content that they've released, although it has got progressively more expensive to the point where it's barely worth playing anymore. They still have the modes and stuff. You just can't.
I keep thinking, like, oh, yeah, I'd love to go back to GTA, but it's like, oh, fuck, like, man, I've either got to, like, throw money at this thing or grind it out for weeks. Like,
that's what we found when we went back to the gang stuff, was that we just didn't have the money, and we certainly weren't going to spend any. And
you know, it would just take weeks to grind out that money by doing whatever missions or whatever it is and things like that. And that's the thing. It's only, I think this is what we came to the conclusion when we were talking about Destiny, and that's like, it's only a grind if you're not enjoying yourself.
Exactly, yeah.
And that was a really nice... And you said that, and I was like, that's a really nice way of putting it, because I don't feel like I'm grinding for anything. I just feel like I'm having fun playing a game that I love playing.
Gibbons.
Which is nice.
That's the way it should be.
So, this final question from Rob on the YouTube chat. He asked this way back when we were going through the news. And luckily, you know, he's stuck with us and he's popped it in there as soon as we've gone into Street Beat. So, you know, that's how we keep him with us from now on. Like, We get them to ask us questions, and then we answer them at the end of the show. Keep them, engaged. So yeah, this one is directed at you. It's about GT Sport, and it just says, Alex, have you done the etiquette training?
Yeah, that's those videos. That makes you watch.
That you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And it's literally 2 videos that you have to watch.
As far as I can tell, unless I've missed something, there's 2 videos. One of them's like 2 minutes long. One of them's like 3 or 4 minutes long. The first one is a description of sportsmanship and etiquette in that it says sort of, but it's as I said before, it's a bad description of sportsmanship shouldn't be not making you look bad. That's not the concept. That shouldn't be the dictionary definition. It should be a sort of code to live by. Don't do things to you. Don't do things to others that you wouldn't like done to you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't cut people up and spin people out and that sort of thing, because you wouldn't like it if they did that to you, and it's bullshit. Like, you're winning unfairly and so on. The second video is examples of poor sportsmanship, basically. So it's like a 4-minute video of people basically being douchebags and a voiceover guy saying, don't do this, you tool. That's basically it. I really like the fact that they've included that in there. I would like them to take it further, where they made you, because they've got these training races, part of your licenses and everything. I'd have liked a 6-part etiquette license training thing where you literally had to show how you would overtake AI vehicles, like put them on the track, make them quite aggressive, and just to show, like, this is how you fucking do it. If this car is here, you can't go here, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's because, I'd say the majority of people that play these racing games just don't understand the proper way of overtaking and when to yield and things like that. And, like, to be honest, I'm putting my hands up, like, up to, like, a year or so ago, I was the same. I was like, what is this rule? I don't know about it. I've never been told in computer games not to fucking twat into people.
They don't. And Rob's in the chat, he's saying, why don't more games have this? I think it'd be great to punish people. I think the answer is that most publishers don't want to punish people. They want every fucking cunt and his dad to buy the game, and that's the way it is. Like, it's the way it's always been. But with a sport like motorsport, it's important, because as I've discovered, having bought basically every big racing game released this year, you can't have a good race without this sort of thing. And the way that the GT Sport licensing works, I think that's going to be great. As I said, Project Cars punishes you for any fucking contact. Gran Turismo punishes you if you kill someone. It doesn't punish them. It's taken ideas from sim racing games on the PC, and in theory it should be really, really good in that respect. And as I said, it's the only game, I couldn't believe it. I played like 4 races, no one hit me on purpose. The guy who did said sorry, and it's just got loads of potential and so much more fun in that respect. The one that is the most confusing is Formula 1. Who buys a Formula 1 simulator and then drives like they're on Ridge Racer or Burnout? Seriously. Who is that guy?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of him. There's a lot of him out there. Very confusing indeed. But yeah, no. As I said, like, it's a good start. Making you watch those videos is cool. I think they could have taken it even further than that. But the fact that they've got this licensing system that's going to gate you and stop you from having to play against numpties as you maintain a high sort of level of expertise and sportsmanship, it's great news.
Nice, buddy. Yeah.
So thanks for that.
I just got a message from Funk, and he was just talking about the Twitch channel. He only joined to tell us to hurry up because he wants to play games. Won't let me comment because he hasn't got an account. He goes on to say, didn't realise you couldn't change the budgets. He's going to stop playing that game mode immediately. Bullshit.
It is bullshit, but it was present last year and the year before. I don't know what FIFA does in that regard. I think FIFA's got a slider. That's what Football Manager had. So you got a slider where you can just change the budget.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be pound for pound. Obviously, your wage budget's different to your transfer fees. So maybe $1 million in transfer budget should be 200,000 in wage bill or whatever, because it's an annual thing instead. But yeah, it's mental that it doesn't let you change it, and it will fuck you more and more and more the further through that game you go, because wages will get higher and higher and higher, and you will never have enough to cover it. You'll end up with players walking because you can't afford to keep them. It's fucking bullshit. And in last year's game, there were several times when I released players on a free and then re-signed them on half their wages. So you can cheese the fucking thing as well.
Yeah, totally.
It's ridiculous. Nice. Poorly made, but yeah. Good game other than that, and I think that's probably the game that Funk's waiting to play with us, so we should probably be on our way, buddy.
We should, because we're over the 2-hour mark now, buddy.
We're flying along, yeah. Well, it's been a good one. We've been out and about. I haven't spoken to you very much this week, and as I said,
I've been busy.
We don't know what guys next week's is going to be in, so I don't feel so sorry about overrunning this time round.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Also, overrunning doesn't exist because
it doesn't matter what we do.
We're not in a time slot.
No, I mean, yeah.
CEO's not going to call.
I've only scheduled my computer usage for 2 hours.
The commissioner's not going to be like, "What the fuck, boys?
Get out of the studio."
Either way, I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 133 of the JfG podcast. And what a lovely time I've had. Didn't really have enough dinner because I had a big lunch. Now I've had 4 cans of Stella and I'm feeling fucking merry, son. How about you?
I feel beautiful right now, buddy.
Like a teapot?
Just like a teapot, yeah.
So I just shamelessly paused for a big old sip of beer.
Fuck it. Who cares, mate, at this
let's
stage?
fuck off, shall we? Because I'd quite like to play some Pez with the old Funk there.
We should probably go play some games, yeah.
Some co-op gaming. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. Especially anyone who was listening to live or got involved or whatever. People who sent in questions and that sort of thing. Don't forget you can head over to our website, which is www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll find much snaz, if you can have the word snaz without a Y on the end. That's what our website is. It's got a lot of snaz about it. And a Street Beat section where you can comment and just jump straight on the show. Just fast track your way in, buddies. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, of course. Facebook.com/the JfG podcast, and Twitter, where we are at the JfG podcast. We're also on those video streaming sites, buddies, like TubeTube, JfG podcast on there, twitch.tv/the JfG podcast, beam.pro, aka fucking mixer.com, we're on there as well. SoundCloud, if you want an old episode, /just for gamers on there. Come and join our PS4 community, which has been a little dormant recently, actually, but I'm going to start posting loads and loads of pictures of stupid cars in it, so that should probably speed things along a little. Come and join that.
Nice.
Come just search the JfG podcast on your PS4. You can find us on the app as well, of course. And we're also on Google Plus, if that is how you choose to live your life. Cheers for listening, buddies. I'll be thoroughly miserable next week, as I'll have been back to work. Ash won't be here, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Whatever, we'll leave it. It's a mystery. It's not a surprise, because that suggests we have a plan, but we'll see how we go.
We literally have no clue.
No idea whatsoever. Either way, thanks so much for listening, buddies. I've been Alex, he has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Take it easy, buddies. Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JfG podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JfG podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.